Okay. All right. I'm going to make a YouTube video right now. So I was inspired by several YouTubers recently to go ahead and make a video. I've been on YouTube for a long time and I haven't really made any kind of vlogs since like 2006, 2007. There have been a lot of topics that have inspired me to contribute to the conversation, and I just found the gender tag project. That seems really cool way to kind of start things off. Tag videos. Let's do this. Okay, so number 1. How do you self-identify your gender, and what does that definition mean to you? So I have a funny story about that, which is that my partner, who is a male person, he likes to kind of just, nickname a lot, okay? There's a lot of pet names, there's a lot of nicknames. Sometimes it's like embarrassing, cute stuff. Anyway, he was kind of like doing that thing where you just say words in the car one day, and he called me a lady type, woman, man, girl person. And I said, wow, that is so beautiful and describes me so well. I love it. So I decided that that was my gender identity. And I know it sounds silly, and I don't want to be trivializing to people who, take this self-identifying stuff seriously, because so do I. So let's break it down. Lady type. Lady type means that I like lady stuff. A lot of people, kind of think of me as a lady type person. Maybe that's not even true, but there's a certain femness about me. Like, I don't really use that term femme because I feel like it's a little bit appropriative of queer culture or whatever you want to call that. And I don't want to I want to stay in my lane. I'm a heterosexual person. I have a lot of privileges in the gender sexuality kind of thing. Okay, going on to the next one. Woman, man, I feel like just kind of means, I am a woman, and to me that means I'm an adult, versus a child, right? And to me, woman and man are a little bit interchangeable when I think about it for myself. Where, am I a woman or am I a man? Well, they kind of mean the same thing to me in that, it means I'm an adult. It means I'm a human being. And it doesn't matter much to me which one I am. And so, woman is first because women are great and have been treated, as second-class citizens. So I feel like putting woman first before man kind of, gives a little bit of credit to that struggle and that sort of part of my identity and the way that I think about things. Girl person, the end of it basically just means, as much as it's not ideal that you have that we as a culture have this infantilizing tendency towards women and female people to call, girls instead of women or ladies, or, having that kind of counterpart to like guys. Like you hear boys and girls, but then when you get older, it's like lads and girls, or, guys and girls, or whatever. And it's just still children for the female counterpart. Anyway, girl is one of those problematic things that I grew up with and I grew up hearing, and I still identify with it because I was I was called that so much, and you know lots of things that were for me were for girls, right? And so it's just kind of something that when it's that, repeated at you and you identify with it, it's hard to kind of shed that from your personality. So even though I'm now a woman, man, whatever, adult, there's still a part of me that is a girl because that's how I've identified in the past, and society doesn't really let that go as much for women as we age, right? Um, so, so yeah, girl person, I feel like above all, I'm a person, and I don't like gender labels in general. I don't like how limiting they are. And even though I don't have the same dysphoria that I know other people have, it's still, the way that I feel in my body is such a way that, I don't really, I'm not down, with just saying, yeah, I'm a woman. I'm completely okay with that. Like I'm not completely okay with it, even though it works, It works for most things that I have to do. I'm privileged in that way. All right, number 2. What pronouns honor you? I really like the phrasing of that question. I think for the sake of ease for myself and other people, I go with she, her pronouns mostly. If you look at my Tumblr, bio, it says she, her, they, them also. And, I think, again, it's one of those tricky things because the way that I feel about it, it is very personal. It does have to do with my own experience, but I also feel kind of privileged and like maybe that's not my right to say, like, yes, that would honor me a lot if I was considered they, versus she or her. That would make me feel good. I like those pronouns for everyone. I try to use them as my default. It's really hard to, get into the habit, change those linguistic habits, but I don't know. There's always this pull between am I doing this for political reasons or personal reasons, and it's like whenever I actually think about it, it's always both. There's no political view I have that has nothing to do with my personal understanding of the topic or my personal feelings on it. So, I think it would be wonderful if people called me they. Um, that would be awesome, but I don't ask for it. I don't know why I don't ask for it. I feel like it would just be, hard, and I'm privileged enough to not have the dysphoria that makes it necessary for me to do that. And maybe one day it will become necessary. I don't know. But for now, it doesn't bother me because I identify with sort of lady type stuff, right? She and her, and I'm just used to that. It doesn't feel wrong when somebody calls me that. But after taking some time to think about it, they, them, I think, honors me the most, maybe. Number 3, describe the style of clothing that you most often wear. That's tricky. Okay, so I think I wear clothes that make me comfortable first and foremost and are appropriate to whatever activity I'm doing. So right now I'm hanging out in my house. I'm kind of having like a pain day, so I'm just wearing like a very comfortable tank top that I wear all the time that has a great quote on it. And I'm wearing athletic shorts because they're very, very comfortable. I am always trying to make myself feel the best in whatever clothes I'm wearing. So, for instance, like because I have really, really large breasts, um, I am most of the time uncomfortable in necklines that are too high because it means that just the size of what they've guessed you would need to have in terms of room to breathe and stuff is just not, it doesn't cut it. So generally, I'm wearing scoop necks and V-necks because that's the most comfortable thing for me to wear. It's very binding sometimes when I have to wear crew cut t-shirts or blouses that are, like fitted and higher cut. So that's all about the comfort, basically. Most of the time I'm wearing skirts and dresses, but recently, actually, I have gotten some pants. I had this huge pants problem for a while where I could never wear pants because I hated how women's pants are really tight around the butt area, and this section right here, I didn't like that. And I started wearing my partner's pants. He has a much bigger butt than me too, so it's like good fit. It's like nice, baggy, kind of chill looking vibes. And at some point, he was like, "You have to stop wearing my pants. We have to go shopping." I hate clothes shopping, but it turned out really well because we went and we got, I think, 3 pairs of new pants, and we both tried them on, and now we just share our pants, and it works out really well. So when I do wear pants, I wear men's pants. I also have always liked shoes that are more for manly, I don't know, masculine, is that what they say to describe like an aesthetic? What makes me feel most confident when I'm wearing clothes is to have some kind of balance. Like I try to have a balance between masculine and feminine usually. And it's really hard because I have like a very womanly shaped body, and that makes it really hard to express how I feel and how I would want to look, because a lot of the kind of aesthetic of sort of, androgyny, and that being like sort of the androgynous thing being sort of male, right? Like the default androgynous body type is like male and youthful. That's, that's something to unpack, right? But also I dig the style of, just non-conforming, I guess. Isn't that what you call it? Gender non-conforming. I really try to have that in my outfits when I want to feel good about myself. If I'm wearing a really cute dress that's my favorite one or whatever, I'll wear like my Vans and socks that, like ankle socks, and the kind of thing that my mom would be like, "Oh, you look so cute," until right there. That's not cute. And I'm like, okay, you think it's not cute, but I think it's really cute. Like often when I have gotten dressed and I'm trying to ask for validation from like my partner or my friends or whoever, there have been many times when I come in, I'm wearing like, a V-neck and a floral skirt or whatever. That's like my normal attire. And I'll be like, "All right, do I look badass?" And they're like, "You look cute. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, you're wearing a flowery skirt. Like, I don't know what you're talking about." But to me, like inside, I'm thinking like, this looks badass. Like I look and feel, and I want to feel in this outfit for this day, for this whatever, I want to feel like I can fight you if I need to. Which is like, I understand that mostly people don't associate the kind of style of dress that I have with that. But like, why do I wear skirts? So I can kick people if I need to. I can stretch. I have, room to do whatever I want. And it covers up the areas of my body that I don't really like showing off all the time. And that's got nothing to do with femininity. That has everything to do with, feeling comfortable and, being able to do the things with my body that I want to do in a day. So, it's like, if I'm wearing a V-neck shirt that's comfortable, I can move in it, I can move my shoulders, and I'm wearing a skirt, I might look really femmed up or whatever, but I'm not feeling that way inside. Like those things on the outside don't mean the same thing to me on the inside that I think people perceive me as, maybe. So that's a thing. Okay, I'm taking way too long to answer these questions, but they're really good questions. Like, I just, especially just as a cis woman, like, type person, I don't get the opportunity to talk about this stuff a lot, and people don't necessarily care what I have to say about it so much. I mean, people that care about me might, but even then, it's like, it's a weird thing to talk about, So I'm sorry I'm taking so long to answer these questions, but they're really good questions. 4, talk about your choices with body hair. How do you style your hair? Do you have facial hair? What do you choose to shave or choose not to shave? Okay, again, there's a theme here. I basically do everything out of, convenience and, what's the healthiest and most comfortable for me. So that means that, like right now my hair is not styled at all. A lot of my life I've just like kept it in braids and stuff like that because I needed to, keep it under control. I'm one of those people, have to keep my hair under control. And that was, the priority is keeping it together. I have a lot of body hair. I'm very hairy. I'm, mixed with 2 things that are very hairy, racially speaking, genetically speaking. I have hair on my stomach. I used to have very hairy legs. I used to have even hairier, underarms than this. I have, hair right here on my upper lip. This is basically the only place. So I bleached this so that it's like light and it doesn't irritate my skin that much. And, it can just hang out and not be as noticeable, and that's fine with me. I pluck my eyebrows. They look pretty good, right? I have never removed my arm hair. I've always kind of liked it. It like lays in the same direction. It's kind of soft. I get a lot of comments on my arm hair from like little children a lot of time. But the reason I don't have leg hair anymore is because I got laser hair removal. And that was expensive, but the best recommendation I could ever make to anybody who has the kind of skin sensitivity problems that I had. So I tried not shaving my legs, but I also did ballet, and so I was in tights a lot growing up, and my skin's really sensitive, so even when I wasn't wearing tights all the time, basically I got ingrown hairs all over constantly. No matter what I did, if I waxed, if I shaved, if I left my hair alone, it was always there. Always causing problems. So I did get laser hair removal. It was a great investment. Again, it was more about the comfort than the, I think the aesthetic, aspect of it helped my mom pay for it, maybe. But for me, it was definitely like, this is a problem, and, I have to solve it somehow. So, I try to keep it as real as I can. I'm mostly about trying to fly under the radar and still feel good about myself, if that makes sense. Um, all right, talk about cosmetics. Do you choose to wear makeup? Do you paint your nails? What type of soaps and perfumes do you use, if any? I hate perfume. I like some scents. I don't know. They kind of give me a headache. I don't really care for scented stuff most of the time. I I like certain smells, but they have to be pretty subtle. I don't know. I really like makeup. I kind of discovered my love for makeup in the past couple of years from watching YouTube and Instagram makeup artists and stuff like that. I got really into like just sort of admiring the artistry and thinking more about my makeup routine as a form of self-expression rather than a required sort of uniform for getting by in the world. And that definitely has changed. Like when I grew up as a middle schooler, high schooler, I basically mimicked my mom's makeup routine, which was like eyeliner, mascara, moisturizer, basic stuff. Kind of like I have to do this to go out into the world, an eyebrow pencil or whatever. I have to do this to go to work. I have to do this to like see my friends when they're coming over. It's kind of just like, this is my face. I'm going to put on my face kind of thing. And I've really, really done a good job over time of ridding myself of those kinds of expectations. Now when I wear makeup, I tend to wear more makeup because I don't do it every day, and I have a lot more fun with it, and I really like colors, and I really like just sort of the different styles that you can do. And like I said, I think about it in a different kind of way that makes me have a different relationship to wearing makeup than I did when I was growing up, maybe. Um, you know, I'm more comfortable wearing more, but I'm also more comfortable wearing less. So I think that's a good place to be personally. My cat wants to come inside. Come on, buddy. Okay. So, what's the next question? Oh, yeah. About nail polish. I fucking love painting my nails. My nails are really cute right now. Actually, they're two different colors that you can't see. This is like a purple, sparkly purple, and this is like a black with multicolored sparkles on it. They look like they're all red, but they're actually multicolored. Um, yeah, it's great. Uh, I love nail polish a lot, and it's one of my like important self-care type things. Nail polish is very important to me. When I'm not painting my nails, when my nails look like shit, it's kind of like I've learned that that's a warning for me to pay attention about my mental health. And so, if I'm not painting my nails, if I don't care about it, it's kind of a clue to me to pay attention to my depression and where I am on that cycle. I think I'm going to stop there and maybe make another video with the second half of these questions. Um, I don't know. I have to go to work. I'm probably going to just change my clothes and not really put on makeup to go to work today because I don't really feel like it. Um, and yeah, maybe I'll make another one of these later. But for now, I hope that you've enjoyed this and learned something about me or about gender or feel more normal if you related to anything that I was saying. Um, my goal here in this whole YouTube game is, of course, to be #relatable. So, peace.